Tastes like Earl Grey. Alright, how do I flip this camera over? As you can see, there's water. Oh, hey, what's up? Who's in the chat? Oh, well, no one now. So, somebody stops by and leaves a like. That's cool. Hello there. I am fishing at Potawatomi State Lake number 2. Actually, think it's spelled with 2 T's instead of 1. The county name is spelled different than the actual Native American tribe. The way I spelled the Potawatomi is the name of the way the Potawatomi spell the name of the Potawatomi tribe, or the way the Potawatomi tribe is spelled. Today I've got my Ugly Stick Tiger rod light. The Ugly Stick Tiger light, it's a jigging rod. And some frogs I found on the ground. Hello there, what's up? I've been out here for a while. I haven't caught any fish yet. I've just thrown some jigs and a fly, but hi, some old man outdoors. Hi, Eddie Gross. How are you all doing today? Yep, I really like this rod, y'all. I use it quite a bit. I probably take it almost every time I go fishing. It's one of my go-to catfish rods because it's lightweight. For an ugly stick, it's pretty light. For anybody that's ever handled an ugly stick, you know that it's heavy. Ugly sticks are most generally heavy rods. But the light ones, the Tiger Light's pretty light. The original Tiger is a little bit heavier and thicker, but they're all real good rods. Although, unless Ugly Stick changes back to the Fuji eyes, I'll probably never buy another Tiger rod, which is a shame because the rod itself is real good, but they went to the ugly, tough stainless steel eyes or whatever they are, but they're not really that tough. They don't hold up to braid very well. It eats away at the eyes and it frays your eyes, so it it is what it is. I kind of understand they gotta save money somewhere to still be able to put out a decent product for an affordable budget range. And so I'm gonna sit here on this piece of limestone sedimentary rock and wait for nothing to happen. Now I do have little cricket frogs on here for bait. I think I got 4 or 5 of them. And I have the hook's probably is too big for out here. I should really switch to a smaller hook because the average fish here smaller fish, but whatever. I have an 8/0 hook on, 2-ounce sinker. I could have switched to 1-ounce sinker out here. I normally do, but it was rigged up that way. I didn't feel like switching it over and digging through my tackle, getting my hooks. Which I'm pretty well stocked up on hooks and sinkers right now, especially for the catfish season. Most of the places I fish aren't too heavily with snags, and I can normally get them out. Especially since I switched to a monofilament leader from going from braid to mono. The mono will most generally, not always, but most generally break before the braid. Actually, Fireline's not braid, it's a fused line, and that's what I primarily... Fireline is my favorite line to use. And I used to not lubricate the line before I tied the knot, but now, like mono, I'll spit on the line and tie the knot. Hopefully a catfish. I threw a jig out some old man outdoors and I wasn't having any luck. I threw a little fly out and it's a little windy for flies and there's nothing up close enough to get out far enough of a fly. So I walked around and I found some little cricket frogs. I think that's what they're called. That's what we always call them because they, the real loud small ones that are about yay big aroundish. I have 4 or 5 of them on my hook. One of them smashed. I should have smashed all of them, but it's okay. I was hoping to catch like some crappie or sunfish, a type of sunfish species. Green sunfish is in here. Long-eared sunfish or pumpkin seeds. Long-eared pumpkin seeds. We call them both here. There's bluegill in here. There's red-eared sunfish in here. There's walleye in here. I've only caught one walleye out of here, but there's walleye in here, which is pretty cool. Walleye's really good eating. I caught it off of the dock that's not there, but over across the lake. There on the other bank, there used to be a fishing dock that was there, and then it got taken out by a flood, is what somebody said. I don't know for sure. I came out here one weekend and it was here, then I came out here the next weekend and it wasn't here. And I have heard talks about them redoing it, which I hope they do. I hope they put it back out there because it's kind of nice to have a dock out there. Oh, did I miss anything? Nope. So, just frogs. There's a lot of spiders out. I guess I could catch some spiders and use them for bait. They're not brown recluses. They're not black widows. I live in Kansas. Those are the only two. Widows and recluses are the only two species I've got to worry about that's going to bite me and do some poignant damage. I'm not an expert on all the spiders around here, but I am in Kansas, some old man outdoors. Manhattan, Kansas area. Home of the Kansas State Wildcats for college. In fact, I work at the university. I work at Kansas State University. I'm I'm an irrigation technician. And Potawatomi County is actually, it's a county in Kansas. And also the name of a Native American tribe that I'm Potawatomi. Citizen Band Potawatomi. There's different bands. Prairie Band is the other big one. But you can Google Potawatomi and read about it. They've got a interesting history. And we did have a Trail of Tears. I can't remember. I don't think it's called the Trail of Tears, though. Potawatomi's called it. Each tribe had different names for it. Some of them were the same, but I've also heard the Trail of Blood, Trail of Death, Trail of Sorrow. Now we're going into history. History's cool, though. I like history. But those are some of the names that I can think of off of the top of my head when the Native Americans were forced by the government to move from their native locations to a different location. So how are you all doing today? How's your days going? Here, fishy, 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 bite my bait. We've got a few people out here on kayaks already. And well, I don't have my throw net on me. It's with my buddy Austin, because normally he's with me a lot when I'm fishing, so sometimes I end up leaving my throw net in his car so we can go catch bait early or the day before, then go fishing at the river, at the Blue River near Rocky Ford. So I don't have my throw net, so I didn't attempt to throw for a throw net. But I do know how to use one. have a video somewhere that I try and teach people the technique I know to use to throw it anyways. There's multiple techniques to throw a throw net. Yeah. Yeah, I was planning on going fishing last night. I hear you on the I wish I was fishing, especially on a nice day at work when I'm in a mud hole fixing an irrigation system, fixing pipe, and it's nice and I'd rather be fishing but have to be at work. Hey Aiden, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you joined. How are you today? I have not had any bites today. I think, well, I had one. It felt kind of like maybe I had a bite when I was overfishing at the dock, but I could have ran into something under the water. You never know. There's a few snags out and around the dock area. This lake had 3 docks. One of them's gone, and the other 2 are pretty close. One's well, I guess they both have handicap access to them now. One of them they had to make kind of a sidewalk area for the handicapped people, which is cool. That's cool that they think about that to try and get anyone that's interested in fishing or wants to fish a chance to fish somewhere. What's the carry for today? Yeah. Old bones. Okay. So, all right. Thank you, some old man outdoors. See ya. And thank you for stopping by. Okay, I've got my Buck 119 special on me. Oh, come on, go back in the sheath. I have my Civivi Imperium, which I kind of marred up the edge a little. I was cutting some PVC and there's a piece of sand on it and I didn't see it. But that's okay, I'll eventually sharpen it and get it sharpened out to fix it, so that ain't no big deal. But yeah, I like the Civivi. I can open it up pretty good with a pair of gloves on. It's pretty cool. This thumb stud works really good with a pair of gloves. Let's see, I've also got yep. Got this cool lighter with a crow on it. Because I like birds. I like crows and ravens. They're pretty smart birds. I have, well, yeah, my wallet on me. See, it's green. and it's made out of hemp. It's actually kind of pricey. Oh, cool. Yeah, Zippos are pretty cool. I've got I had more Zippos, but I'm surprised I've held on to this one as long as I have. I'm pretty good at losing Zippos, so I normally didn't buy them. Then I saw that one, and I couldn't resist because of the bird. Then I've got this Ruck Rider Rough Rough Rider Black Cherry Bone, and for a cheap knife, inexpensive knife, however you want to put it, it's I forget. It has a lock bar on it. So that's pretty cool, a traditional knife with a lock bar. Then it has a second blade. Has really good walk and talk. If I can grab the thumbnail thing. I wish Case would put walk and talk on their traditional knives. That'd be cool. I've got this, the CRKT Cruiser. I can't see how well that's coming in very well with the glare from the sun on my phone. I hope you guys can read it. This knife is actually a little bit big for my pocket than what I like, but I need to modify it eventually, put a sharpening choil on it. Thank you, Aiden. But yeah, I do like the honeycomb patterning on the scales, whatever CRKT uses, probably just like some plastic or something. Then I've got the K-Bar Mini Hunter. It's gonna start getting a recurve from not having that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like knives without sharpening choils or sharpening notches. One reason is because I sharpen with a sharpening stone, and having to go all the way up this far can kind of mess up your stones. Hit the side of them, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess all in all, it's a personal preference. Do you want a sharpening choil or do you not want a sharpening choil? But I'm one for having a sharpening choil all day long. I mean, this one has a finger choil area. Yeah, that's true, and it's pretty easy to put a sharpening choil on the knife. I do it with a Dremel tool with a little bit. Probably not the best way. I keep the bit wet and the metal wet so I don't... less chance of ruining things that way. I should buy some files to do sharpening choils. It'd probably be better and less chance of messing up your knife. But then again, Columbia River is not the most expensive knife brand out there. So, but I mean, In ways, I'm kind of disappointed with Columbia River because the action on them really bites. Somebody lost something in the water. But yeah, the action on Columbia Rivers, it's hit and miss. I've seen some that's really good, and I've seen some that's like, what? It's like, what were they doing putting this together? Like my M16, I love my M16, but the action on it sucks. It doesn't flip open very well. The thumb stub's not in the greatest position. The Sandvik still on it's pretty cool though. I like that. And it feels really nice on a sharpening stone. Like, let me go back to this one. And this knife, it was the person who gave it to me always used a pull-through sharpener, so I spent quite a bit of time trying to get this edge on here with a stone. In fact, I just used my Smith stones. The Smith Tri-Stone set. It comes with 3 different stones. Well, Tri-Stone. Or sometimes they'll put it as a sharpening system too. It had a little angle finder thing with it, but I tried using it once, but I'm like, oh, this is a pain in the neck. I'm used to doing it without anything to tell me what my angle is. I just the edge to the stone until have a gap. I suppose I could make another sharpening video in the future. What do you guys think about that? Oh, cool. Yeah, I hate pull-through sharpeners too, with the exception of the ones that have the ceramic. Well, last one I had the ceramic, I took it apart and I used a little ceramic bars to sharpen my hawkbill. It took forever, but it kind of worked. Yes. But yeah, and pull-throughs. Mike did a really good job in one of his videos explaining why pull-through sharpeners aren't good to use. I'm pretty sure there's probably other knife sharpeners out there that probably have similar videos, but it changes the teeth geometry of the on your edge, and it makes it to where it doesn't hold an edge as long. Some of them can chip your blade out real bad, so best avoid them. I don't use the work sharp belt sharpener either. However, I am kind of interested in trying the work sharp sharpening system that's like the Wicked Edge. But I don't know how I would like it since, like I said, I've been using stones since a long time. I was a kid. I think I was like 5 or 6 when my grandpa handed me a stone and, well, here you go, learn how to use it, grandson. I just hear they spit on it and said, go from that way. Oh. Oh yeah, definitely. I put a flat bevel on my knives. I do a flat grind. I've got a pretty steady hand. In fact, most of my friends, if they need a knife sharpened, they always come to me, and then they just say that it's scary sharp when they tell other people about my sharpening skills. So however, I'll say that I'm probably not the best sharpener in the world, but I also don't have all the fancy stones yet either. I do have some fancy stones though. I have some I have a Nanua. I think it's a Nanua S2 8000 grit. My buddy Hefe's here. Say hi to the camera, Hefe. Izzy! Izzy! Izzy, Izzy, Izzy. Aiden says, "What's up, Jeff?"
What's up?
He says, "Sup." We're on YouTube live right now, not catching any fish. And then his little doggy, not so quite so little, she can pull us in a kayak. We could probably put kayaks on the wheel and both of us could jump in and she could probably pull it like a horse. But that's Izzy right there, his dog. Izzy. Cute doggo. Yeah, she's a cute dog.
Oh, I gotta see if I'm legal.
Man, I told you to get your green card before you came back up here.
It took it away when I joined the construction industry.
They
said, "Yeah, you're construction. You don't need this no more. Get over here now." Izzy.
She's a grown puppy.
Get over here. Purchase day. July. So where the hell's the expiration on this?
A year from your purchase date. So it'd be 2022, July this year, whatever date
July
you got
3rd. I'm good then. Wait.
Yeah, you're
right
good
one?
till the 3rd of July.
I'll make sure that's right. I got two of them. What's this one? Oh, yeah. So I went to academy. Yeah. It's my fishing license.
Yep.
We forgot.
Mike got mad at Academy. He got one of their credit cards, and I guess he got some late fees, and it was like outrageous cost for late fee on their credit cards. So he canceled it because I ain't never doing that again. And unfortunately, Academy is really the only place we have around here to get fishing gear besides
Wally World.
And Derek's Bait and Tackle, but they're more geared towards catfishing stuff. They do have a lot of soft plastics though. But as far as rods and stuff, it's mainly catfish and some crappie stuff, just budget stuff for your everyday people. But Rick and Judy, they're really cool. So if you're ever in Manhattan, Kansas area going fishing, go stop by Derek's Bait and Tackle. They're good people. I've known them forever and a day. They used to have their shop in Louisville, Kansas, which is a little little town, real little town. Just in case the warning shows, Wally World for the cheap beginner stuff. Yeah, definitely, I agree. Walmart's definitely got stuff for the beginners. I mean, Academy does too. They've got some real cheap stuff. But Walmart's probably got the better, lower prices. I'm surprised you didn't bring some night crawlers with you.
I forgot to grab them when I was getting food at the gas station.
Ah.
And she already screwed up my order bad enough that I wasn't going to try to add worms to it.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable.
I'll let her slide. It was her first day. She was training.
Ah.
I paid for 3 sliders at $1.99 each, and the label says 3 for $5.
What was that, Dara's? They're normally pretty good there at getting their stuff right, but I guess if their person's training, that's forgivable.
Out of the water.
But I see people in the water, and there's another dog swimming in the water. Whoa. Maybe you might get lucky and catch a crappie or bait fish or something.
Probably real too fast. Keep it over those weeds.
Yeah, I pulled up a couple weeds at the dock and a whole bunch of mud from the bottom.
Sit down, crybaby.
Well, let's see if this year's a repeat of last year with the first bottom fish being a bass off of catfish bait.
Hey.
What was that? We ended up using chicken liver out here last year and sunfish heads for bait.
Sit down.
And we ended up catching largemouth off the bottom. Hefe there caught a really big largemouth on the bottom with a piece of, what was it?
Crappie head.
Crappie head.
Or maybe a tail. I always use a tail.
Or maybe the tail. Yeah, he ends up using the tail. Normally because I'm out here first and got the bait already cut up and ready, and he just takes what I haven't used yet. Which is cool because then it conserves bait, and if we're not having any luck, we can always release a bait fish. That's what I like about fishing at little local lakes and stuff like this. You can catch the bait fish, and then if you don't use them, you can let them go back in the water and they'll swim back to their homes and be happy until you catch them again.
Izzy, get out of the water now. Get up.
We are steadily getting more subscribers. Austin's getting his car fixed. I told him that he needs to put a cow guard on front of it.
Did you clip that deer this morning?
Huh?
Did you clip that deer on 24 this morning?
No, he hit
it
a
was
raccoon.
A semi that hit it. You could tell it was a big splatter.
Oh, yeah.
24 Military Trail. But on the eastbound side, there's a dead one over there too that's fresh.
Academy course, truck selection. LOL, Mills Unreal. Reels, yeah. Yeah.
Izzy, get out.
Yeah, I'm getting about 1 or 2 a day now, it seems like, so that's pretty cool.
Oh.
So the more subs I have, the more likes and views I get, more people will, YouTube will eventually, I'll get picked up on YouTube's algorithm. So it'd be cool. And I can share my fishing knowledge, my other random knowledges that I like to share. Like sometimes I'll catch spiders out in the wild, or I'll film spiders. I like spiders. I've got one on there on my channel. It's Orchid Orb Weaver. Those are real pretty spiders, and I was holding that one too. Hopefully Austin will be able to fish next weekend. Yeah.
I like the money. It gets so heavy, man.
You would be delighted. You would be delighted in 8-legged freaks. Like, yeah. A lot of people get scared of spiders. Not me. I'm weird. I used to be afraid of spiders at one time. Kinda. Mildly, anyways. Looks like you got a little inline spinner there, Captain.
Something like that. My trout catcher in Montana.
Yeah. They do good for catching crappie and panfish, sunfish. I've caught some nice sized largemouth off of little tiny spinners too. Oh. Where'd it go? So this is what I'm using for bait. Little cricket frog. But of course I'm going to let him go if I'm not going to use him for bait. I can always, if I get a bite. Somebody lost part of a paddle. But anyways, if I do catch fish and end up, I can always walk around and try and catch some more cricket frogs. Right there's a good place for sunfish in the summertime once the fish start moving shallow. Actually, this whole area is pretty good. I've caught lots of little sunfish here off of flies and stuff. And this lake is down pretty low. Normally the water's up to here. Yeah, I like snakes too, Aiden. I think I have I know for sure at least one snake video. I might have a couple. But snakes are kind of a little bit more difficult to catch sometimes than spiders and sea because they're pretty good at getting in little tight spaces and crevices. We do have water snakes out here. We do have snapping turtles in here. We have painted turtles in here and soft-shell turtles. I caught a giant soft-shell turtle out of here. It's like a dinosaur size soft-shell. Remember that?
You still got the picture of that one?
I think so.
You'll have to send that to me. My phone with that picture on it got destroyed.
That or it's on Facebook. Didn't we make a video of it? I think we did.
Shit, I thought we posted pictures on Facebook, but I couldn't find them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Either account I couldn't find them.
I'll have to see if it's still on my phone. I'll remember what phone I had it on. But yeah, that turtle was probably as big as round as that truck tire or that SUV tire. Probably a little pretty fun to bring in. But I thought that's kind of interesting. I never knew there was a soft-shell turtle in here until I caught that huge one. Hey, yep. You should have seen Hefe's expression when he first saw that turtle. One of the reasons was the size. Another reason is because I caught it at a pot too. And I've been fishing here for years, and that's the first soft-shell turtle I've ever seen come out of here. Or even heard of coming out of here. I've seen a picture of a drum come out of here. I've never caught drum out of here though. But I pulled up to the dock one day because I was going to go crappie fishing, or well, I went crappie fishing and catfishing both. And these people, they were just leaving, and I was asking them if they had any luck, and they all caught a few small crappie in this drum. I'm like, there's not drum in here. And he was, yeah, it's a drum. And he showed me the picture. I'm like, that is a drum. So. Oh, what's up, dear Slayer? How are you doing? I'm sitting here fishing. I'm not getting any bites. My buddy Hefe's with me fishing. I've just got a couple 4 or 5 frogs, small cricket frogs out on my line, deer Slayer, if you're curious. I think something might be messing with my line. It just loosened up a little and tightened back up. Although it is kind of windy. No, come on, take off with it if you're on there. I would like to catch at least one fish today. Oh. Oh shit. God damn it. I knocked your coffee over.
Damn it. Buy it. That was the other thing, man. Their coffee was cold.
It was? Well, you normally pour water in it and cool it down anyways. Crab, maybe. Oh, no, I don't think we have crabs in here. We have grass shrimp in here and crayfish. In fact, I might be able to find a small crayfish. Okay. Technical difficulties. My service was a lot better when I had Sprint. Then they switched it to Sprint got bought out by T-Mobile, and now the service isn't near as good. I'm honestly surprised that it's holding service here that I can have a live, but that's pretty cool. I guess the service didn't want me to prod ad for you guys. No, like that small. Louisiana crayfish. Well, I've never been to Louisiana, but I had a friend send me some Louisiana hot sauce, and that stuff was hot. I think you got a bite.
Waiting for it. Jump, jump, baby, jump. Come back next week. They'll be eating out of my hand. That would be hand fishing. That's illegal.
Oh, you can noodle in the Kansas River.
Fuck no, I ain't. No. Somebody else might. I ain't doing that. No. I'm good.
You can noodle for crawdads out here.
I'm about to yell at my dog. She's in the damn blazer. Looking out the window. Talking about me, Dad.
Yep. Noodling with alligator gar. We don't have alligator gar here in Kansas. Maybe in the very southeast state we might have alligator gar.
They caught one. Southeast.
Okay, yeah, southeast.
We just got the long nose, short nose, and spotted.
Yeah. Most common in their area is long nose gar. I don't think I'd want to noodle any gar though. Those things have sharp teeth. I got my hand cut to heck with a long nose gar one time. And that wasn't fun. Those little sharp teeth will cut you deep too. So will big flathead. It'll like shake its head, and I've gotten some deep gashes in my fingers from flathead catfish and blue catfish. Not as much as channel, but if you catch a big enough one, they'll cut the piss out of your finger too.
That channel I caught at River Pond last year ripped me open.
Yeah, that was a big channel though, I think, wasn't it?
Or it wasn't real big though. I don't think he'd ever been caught. His teeth were long. Never seen a catfish with long teeth. That's why I carry Band-Aids in my wallet.
Oh, I thought you just carried the Band-Aids because I'm good at cutting myself with knives.
Everybody laughs at me for carrying Band-Aids in my wallet. And then they're like, oh crap, I need a Band-Aid.
Not me, because I know I'm going to cut myself. I normally have a couple Band-Aids in my truck if I can find them. Nubs, the best noodler. Yeah. I heard some stories. This guy that I used to work with told me that some stories of some people who went noodling and they taped a hook thingy, a straw that you a straw hook. I think that's what they call it, for picking up the bale of straw, and he duct taped it to his hand. And he went noodling and he snagged the fish with it. And that fish just clamped down and he couldn't release the little hook thing from his hand because it was taped. And, well, he didn't make it. But I kind of disagree with people going noodling, especially during flathead spawning season, because if you pull a big flathead out of the hole and that flathead's guarding a whole clutch of eggs, and if you keep that flathead, you just then killed a whole bunch of fish. Just have one fish.
That's why I like the tournaments. Oklahoma has them.
Yeah.
All those fish get put right back where they got caught from.
Well, that's good. That's the way it should be. But I'm also the type of person, I think they should start putting krill lengths on flathead catfish.
I'm a bobber in an artificial jig.
It might work.
There's enough action he's out there doing.
I mean, I've thrown worms on the bottom of rubber worms on the bottom. Should say rubber worms, and not just stick with worms, because a real worm, of course, is going to most likely catch something on the bottom. But the rubber worm, you wouldn't think. But I've caught bass off of rubber worms, just throwing them out there and leaving them. I was bored one day at this pond down near Garnett, Kansas, and I wasn't catching anything. It's just like a small little mud hole. But I wasn't catching anything, so I just threw a rubber worm out on the bottom and just let it sit there. And then finally I caught one fish, at least. Some pretty cool creeks down there that I went fishing too, and caught some nice channel cats out of one of the creeks there. And took it and cleaned it up so my grandpa could have some fried fish. He liked fried fish, and he really loved the morel mushrooms, and those will be up here pretty soon, hopefully. I hope we get more rain, because...
You'd say if we got enough rain for them.
Yeah, if we get more rain, they'll pop up. I mean, they'll pop up without the rain, but just not as many, and they're harder to find. And the people who don't have jobs always get out there first and find them. They used to be sold for a lot of money around here, but then they made it to where you can't collect them and sell them anymore. Which,
Facebook, man, $50 a pound all day, every year. Stupid.
yeah. Well, that's before you could buy things on Facebook. It made a lot of people mad, but the people that it made mad were kind of druggies anyways, and that's why they were collecting mushrooms, is to...
They were trespassing, collecting them all anyway.
Yep. Oh, I would go on private land, but the old ladies aren't no longer here, so I don't go on their land anymore to hunt mushrooms. Then I have this friend Chris. He lives in Lawrence, Kansas now. I grew up with him when we went to high school together, and we were at this same pond. Used to catch... How do you know where this story was kind of going? But anyways, I used to catch some really nice bass out of this farm pond, and actually it was a cattle pond. Nice bass, nice catfish. They were all pretty healthy, and it was... Always had, like, you'd swim in out in the middle of it and you'd feel like ice cold water rush across you all the time. So I think it was spring fed. But anyways, my friend Chris and I out there were one day, and he was flipping over cow pies, picking up these mushrooms out of the cow pies, and he shoved one in his mouth and he goes, these taste like shit. Oh, it was, his facial expression, you would have just had to be there. It's just funny. That guy's done a lot of things that he probably shouldn't be around anymore, but he is. He snorted Ajax once. You know, I don't think that they were the magic ones that he was picking. I think they were just like a small edible variety. He didn't get sick, and he ate the whole bag, but he said nothing happened. So I think they were just like a variety of edible mushroom that I wouldn't have picked it. I didn't eat any, because my golden rule is if I can't 100% identify a mushroom, I ain't putting it in my belly. Because a mushroom can kill you in about 24 hours. If you eat the right one. Or I should say, eat the wrong one.
Hey, if you eat the right mushroom, it'll feed you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
All mushrooms are edible. Some are just only edible once.
Well, I guess if somebody's dumb enough to just eat whatever mushroom off the ground, they can... Well, I'm sorry for their family if they lost somebody, but not
Lance,
for the
are you
person.
watching?
I don't even think Lance knows I have a channel. Yeah, we know this guy named Lance, and he was out in his yard one day, and he ate like some mushrooms, and he got a hold of somebody that was an herbalist and knew about that stuff. And he said, I think I ate one of those deadly mushrooms. So she gave him a thing how to get rid of the toxins.
But hell, by the time people check their email, it's already been 3 days later.
Yeah.
Kids these days, I tell you what.
Yeah, Lancelot ended up going to Colorado with a RCPD beanie thing. Whatever those things are called that you put on your head.
Stocking hat.
Stocking hat, yeah. He obtained it non-legally. I'm pretty sure. We're pretty sure. But he's kind of...
He admitted to it on Facebook.
Yeah.
He walked to Colorado in the wintertime. So
He walked? I didn't know he walked.
basically hitchhiked his way out there. Like, so that's why he took the hat. He was cold, and he needed it more than they did.
Give a man a fish, feed him for a day, show a man how to fish. Then you got competition on your favorite area. Yeah, and
That's how it works, ain't it, Sean?
NJ, NJ Fishing Maniac. Oh, cool! I'm glad. Welcome to my channel, dude. I have not had any luck today. I had like one small bite off of a hand-tied jig, but nothing yet out there. I'm got my ugly stick tiger light with my Abu Garcia Catfish Pro with about 4 frogs on the bottom. Little cricket frogs, you know, those ones that are yay big, that are really noisy at night. Now last week I did catch some stuff on my live feed. They were just buffalo carp, but a fish is the way I see it. Now we've got Hefe out here magnet fishing. Then we got Izzy when we're fishing on the dock. She tries to push you in the water, pick you up and throw you in the water. She tried that to me a couple times. I'm going for catfish, hopefully. I mean, last year at this time I was catching bass off of what you would normally use for catfish bait, crappie heads, chicken livers. We were catching largemouth bass and decent ones too. But that's my target right now, is catfishing. I do have my crappie rig with me, and I do have another artificial rig with me with hand-tied flies. I do a lot of carp, trout, and carp fishing on my channel. Saltwater as well, once in a while. What state are you fishing at? NJ, I am in Kansas. Right dab in the center of the United States of America. Manhattan area, near the Kansas State University. Well, I actually work for the university. But catfishing, yep. I have a rod and reel on the bottom of this lake somewhere. Yep, smack dab in the middle. Yeah, I guess it's cool. I mean,
really, we ain't caught no fish since that happened.
Oh, since I lost my rod? Well, we've caught fish out here. It just took about a month before they started biting again for us. But yeah, I had there's an ugly stick tiger jigging rod. It was an 8-foot one. Magnet fish for the rod. It's aluminium. The only thing that, yeah, he went out there with his kayak and
the boat and
tried, and
treble hook.
we tried a few different things to try and find it, but as far as magnet fishing, the only thing you'd catch is the eyes, and would that be enough to hold to the magnet? But it was a sad day. It was a, I mean, the reel wasn't cheap either. It was a Fluger Supreme low profile bait casting reel with an ugly stick tiger, and the tiger ran about $80 or so, and the Fluger ran about $100. You can't get their Supreme low profile bait casters anymore, which is a shame because they're really, for $100 bait caster, and I've held and tried a few for around that price. Fluger's just blows the other ones out of the water for that price point. Hey Jeff, do you still have your scuba suit? Your wetsuit?
I do actually, but
We'll get the rest of it and go down there and find my rod.
be good time. The water's clear.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Aiden said to get the scuba suit and find the rod. I highly doubt the reel's any good anymore. It's been down there for 2 years now, I think. What, about 2 years now I lost that rod?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, it's been out there for about 2 years. So I highly doubt the reel's any good. Awesome, cool. NJ Fish. Yeah, I have a video of a real big blue cat that I reeled in, a couple of them. One of them's cold, it didn't want to stop. But unfortunately, the person was holding the phone down instead of vertical. Or, well, horizontal. I don't know, one of them. And then the other one is, oh, I need it back to lift the curse. I've caught plenty of big fish since I've lost that rod. It was the only rod I lost due to a fish. But it happens. I guess that's pretty good. I'm 42 years old and I only lost one rod out in the lake due to a fish taking it in. So that's a good deal. So I guess it's not really that bad. It's just $180 on the bottom of, or $200 if you count the line. About $200 on the bottom of the water. So, and the bad thing about the low profile bait casters is they don't, I think it'd be cool if a company would come out with a low profile bait caster with a clicking system like the Abu Garcias. That would be really cool. Because I like the low profile bait casters. They're a lot easier to handle. And they feel better in the hand. But, however, I don't think you can go wrong with getting a Abu Garcia round bait caster. Just make sure you get the one from Sweden and not China. Adam, it's pot 2. What do you think? I haven't got a single fish yet. I had a small bite off of a hand-tied jig. But, and then I have some frogs out, but I haven't really caught anything. And Austin has my throw net, so I can't try and catch bait fish. But hopefully Austin will be able to go fishing next weekend. Yes, there are fish here in pot 2. I've caught some nice sized ones for everyone who doesn't know this area. It's a inside joke between our close circle of friends here. So I think my biggest channel I caught at here is probably close to 10 pounds, which isn't big, but it's not small. For here, it's pretty big. Then the biggest channel I seen come out of here was around 15 plus pounds, and the person who caught it, most people wouldn't believe it unless they actually saw it, was Bruce Hayes. He caught the 15-pound channel out of here. My dad caught a 20-pounder out of here a long time ago, back before I was born. But the biggest I've seen out of here personally was about a 15-pound channel cat that Bruce caught. Off of cut chub minnow. So yeah, there's chub minnow in here too, but I've only seen one chub minnow in here caught. And that was the one that we caught out of the throw net that day. That was a long time ago. I was still in high school then. Bruce just graduated. And it's just him and I that night. Sometimes he'd take his brothers out, Chris and Danny, out, but it's just him and I that night, and he ended up catching that really nice channel cat. That was pretty cool. I was proud of him for that. But most of the times he can't hardly catch fish. And then you got Hefe over here, and he just learned how to fish by watching me on some of this stuff. Like how to use bait casters and different baits and stuff. Well, I'll just watch Mr. Wilson and learn how to do it.
Well, I mean, after you grow up and get old and decrepit, you realize that there's only so much you can do with the Zubco 33. Don't get me wrong, you can do a lot with one of them things, but you can only do so much. Okay, I got you a DeWalt box to put more shit in.
Oh, cool.
Because some contractor threw it away. That's a good box. See, we got drain holes at the bottom.
Yep. So what are you up to today, Adam? Are you gonna come fishing this year? I'm hoping next week I might try and hit the Blue River up. And normally we've got pretty good service down there, so I'll try and put another live feed out next weekend out on the river. Okay, let's see if this person on the boat, can you see him? See if he's gonna speed off like a jacktard. This is a no-wake lake, by the way, so on a lot of those boaters out there, you can probably hear his motor running easy, but a lot of these boaters out here, they...
Why the hell can't I go nowhere? Your anchor's down.
They go like it's a NASCAR track around this lake. Which is kind of irritating sometimes, because then it messes up the fishing a little. Yep. Jeff and his little puppy, who's eating a stick and slobbering all over the place. he's done this, or the fish scared. Yeah, maybe the fish are scared. I mean, look at me. Wouldn't you be scared too if you were a fish? And if you ever want some good artisan bread, it's a good place to get some bread. Radina's. They have good pastries, good cookies. They make pie too. I haven't tried their pie though. And then they have like peanut butter bars and all sorts of goodies. It's alright when you have fishing Jesus. Yep. But I don't think Jesus would have Mjolnir on him. Maybe the Star David without the dream catcher, he might. I was going to have it redone, but then I totally forgot about my appointment to go have it touched up. Although I do want a big flathead catfish on this arm eventually. Tattoo of a flathead catfish would be cool. Somebody told me that I should get a tattoo of my channel logo. Nothing a Sharpie can't fix. I used to take Sharpies and pens, ballpoint pens, and draw artwork on my hands. Then my parents took me to a psych ward because they thought that it was weird. Then the psych ward told them that it wasn't weird, or the psychologist. They're like, no, kids do that. See, don't tell Jeff anybody, but mine has a closing lid, so when it tips over, all my liquid won't spill out like his coffee does. One time he just filled it and he didn't have the lid on it yet, and here comes Izzy. Knocks the whole cup over.
3 damn hours. All I wanted was 1 cup of coffee.
And then he takes 1 sip of coffee before his dog knocks it into the lake. Well, not the cup, just the liquid. Because we were fishing on the dock that day. Alright, what is my battery life at? 62%. Alright. Cool beans. Yeah, my guess is my missing rod, some bass fishermen will probably snag it while jigging, which would be cool. Especially if I'm here, then I'll walk on the water and smash their face in and take my rod back. Regular kid shit, yep.
Bullshit.
There were some energetic fish that day. Actually, the day that I lost my rod is really super slow, so I ended up, well, it's partially my fault. But I ended up playing this World War II, it's a flying game where you get to use a F4U Corsair. So I ended up playing this game, so that's also part of the reason why I lost my rod. So it was kind of my stupidity. I tried putting something on top of on the handle, and I thought it was heavy enough, and it wasn't.
Probably that damn turtle again.
That rock, yeah,
The
I
only
can
thing
see
can
that.
think of in here that could just the way it launched. I mean, that thing launched.
Oh, it was probably a decent sized fish. I don't think a turtle would make it launch like that.
Although she left a wake across the lake when you turned her back.
Yeah, yeah, that
I've
is
never seen
true.
one do that.
Yeah, this big, huge turtle that I told you guys about earlier, it left a huge wake when it was swimming away. It was like... But yeah, I see how you get that this rock looks like an alligator head, Aiden. It kind of does at this angle I'm recording at. Maybe it is a petrified alligator, I mean a fossilized alligator that turned to rock. Because, you know, science. I thought they said everything was agate.
That's the other rock page.
Oh.
Kansas. Diamond and amber. Neither
Yeah.
existed.
I don't see why we wouldn't have amber, though, because we do have petrified wood here.
Our soil's too
But-
acidic. That's why we don't have stuff
Oh, okay.
like a lot of the shark's teeth. And if they went into the soil, they got deteriorated.
We have petrified wood here where I work. Cool, Aiden. I like petrified wood. So, here's a quartz crystal I have in my pocket.
No. Get over here.
Here's another rock. I found this one on the river somewhere. I don't know what it is, but it looked cool, so I kept it. And here's my absolute favorite rock that I've ever found. It's green, translucent, olive green. But I have no clue what this rock is called. But it's pretty cool. I found it between Ogden and Manhattan on the river trip on the kayaks. So did you see how low the lake was over on that other end over there, Jeff? Yeah, so Adam, if you're still on, pot 2's super shallow. You know where it's normally up to the drop off there, or pretty close to it, so. Yeah, I'm hoping we get enough rain and enough to keep the lake full this year, fill up the other lakes and rivers around this area, because they'll really be good for the fishing. Honestly, we want enough rain to where it starts to leak out the reserve spillway, or the backup spillway, or whatever they call it. Not to where they have to open it, but just to where the water leaks out the bottom, and it'll make a flow in this one area, and makes it really good for blue cats and flatheads for fishing in the river pond a certain area. I know, I mean, well, this end is low too, because normally you see past where that dude on the boat is.
Yeah.
And well, my camera can't pick it up with the magnification right now, but normally, yeah.
Put a chain on these rocks and we'll pull them back up where they're supposed to be, so when it fills in, we still got our full holders.
Well, that one never goes underwater, but that one's normally underwater.
The drunk college kids can't move this one. I know we've moved that one 3 times.
Oh, I remember when there used to be enough rocks out here that you could take and make grills with them, or griddle. One time when I was younger, me, my friend Jake and his ex thing, we're out here camping, and I took limestone and I set it up, and I made like a little grill so we could cook on it. We put tinfoil over the limestone and made like a little oven thing. It's pretty cool. It worked really good. There used to be enough stone around here to do that in the camp area, but now it's all been thrown in the water, or broke, or who knows. Probably thrown in the water. But that was before YouTube, and that was before, almost before the internet became as big as it is anyways. Yeah, I like that flat rock right there. That would be a good one to make a grill out of. Just stick like enough rocks to get it high enough off the ground so you can have a good fire under it. We had ours next to a fire pit, so we just kept putting coals in there and fresh wood when we needed to cook. And I wrapped chicken liver up in tinfoil for my friend's ex to have something to eat, because she needed stuff like that to eat to keep her blood sugars right. Oh, cool. That's cool to hear. What type of rocks do you have, Aiden? Yep, camp life. Camping's always fun. That wind's starting to get a little nipply out here. I didn't realize how much not much hair on your arm will keep your arm a little bit warmer when it's windy out. This one arm that I have most of my hair shaved off is getting colder. That's what happens when I sharpen knives, is I shave my arm. Few quartz found, some fool's gold. Oh, cool. Yeah, we have a lot of quartzite here, especially along the river. I have found amethyst here a couple times, but they were just like little grains of sand that you could like fit in the palm of your hand, like just real small, like a smaller than a BB for a BB pew pew.
Found some pyrite, but it's not the pretty square stuff. It's just globs of globs.
And we think we may have found gold too before out in Blackjack Creek, but it wasn't. It was just traces and not enough to really be worth anything. But he has a gold pan, Hefe does, and we panned for gold out there, and we found some stuff that was sitting on the bottom, but it wasn't worth trying to. We would have to probably spend like 10 years just to get enough gold to make $1. And Kansas isn't really known for gold. In fact, I think Kansas is the only state that they said they haven't found gold in.
Basically. Unless you dredge the river.
Yeah.
Glacial deposit.
Yeah.
Back here. There you. Go.
Kansas does have a lot of cool geological things, though, and a lot of cool fossils. And of course, geodes. Find geodes out here a lot.
I was gonna bring you one from a job site.
A geode?
Half one.
Cool. One of these days I'm going to be fishing a dock and I'm going to be recording a video and somebody's going to speed along in their boat and I'm going to record them speeding along, go up to the no wake sign, go up to their truck and license plate and turn it into the fishing game. Is that a dick move? I don't care. They get on my nerves speeding off like they own the lake. Oh, he seems to be doing pretty decent right now, not going super too fast. Normally a lot of people, once they turn around and start moving like that, they just go pedal to the metal and just go and make these huge waves everywhere. It's annoying. Nope, since they are disturbing the fish. Yeah. I mean, we've literally had them like 10 foot from the bank just speeding along here, sending freaking huge waves up, knocking our rods over and stuff. And messing up our set lines and stuff. It's annoying. I kind of wish some people would be more responsible or more just, yeah, responsible and thoughtful and for other people. Don't just be self-centered jacktard. If you want to fish, cool. Want to fish on a boat, cool. Just be respectful towards other people. And then we have one guy, he'll come out here and he'll... Is that a click? I think I just heard my rod click. But he'll come out here, he'll go to like about that area of the lake where my fingertip is kind of at. And he'll like ride his boat out there, he'll put a line out, he'll stay out there for about 5 minutes and he'll go back to shore, then he like constantly does that. I think he just likes to cruise around on the boat. And it's a big pontoon boat that he brings out here to this lake, so that's cool, but I would sit out there and fish on it for longer than 10-15 minutes, 5 minutes instead of it's like, but I don't know. I guess if they like to drive their boat around, that's cool. Just as long as they don't speed like they're in a race or something. Nerd. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting my finger on the line to feel if I'm getting any tugs. How do you like your air yachts? Are those air yachts?
not sure yet. I think I'd have preferred the carbon toe, but hey, no. They're size 8, and the steel toe size 8, and regular size 8 were 4 different sizes.
Wow.
And that was at Vanderbilt. So.
Yeah. That's normally where I go boot shopping at, is Vanderbilt's.
Checked out Orscheln. Didn't care much for what they had. No.
Yeah. There's been people out here using paddle boats, Aiden. I've seen those out here too before. Mainly kayaks and normal bass tracker boats. I kind of wish that they would make this a no motor lake. It's where you couldn't use combustion motor anyways. Trolling motors would be fine, because you can't go super fast with a trolling motor. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh well, let's hit my fishing reel again. Oh, a masonry hammer. What was that at? No.
There's enough of that side exposed.
We find this stuff all the times out on the creek and the river. It's pretty cool looking. Whatever it is. It's a quartzite, isn't it?
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony?
Or in Kansas and Iowa, popcorn quartz, I think is they call it.
Huh. Well, that makes sense. Popcorn quartz.
Some are hollow, most aren't though. Not on this shit, not here. Alrighty, I gotta go fetch a kid from the school again.
Alrighty.
Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, no problem.
Damn, no biting fish. I don't think there are any.
Rock Fishing Channel. Are you gonna come back out, or?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not really biting all that well. But of course, all I have is just our frogs out there. Maybe worms is the right bait to use. It's actually a good time of year for worms to be one of your more effective baits.
Right. Thing going on out of the tubes today?
Probably.
Got this north wind.
Not.
So I want to be out of the wind myself.
Yeah. This is kind of out of the wind. It's one reason why I picked here. The dock was super windy and cold, and
I bet.
I didn't like that cold wind in my ear. So I ended up moving here and then took a kind of nap in my truck a little bit. Threw my fly around and jig around here, and over at the dock I tried, but
Boss was saying saw guy at the tubes, or Rocky.
yeah, cool. I like walleye and saugeye. Yeah, I'd assume that the saugeye would be in a rough side, the flowing side at Rocky Ford. But then people walk down creek to where, or close to our blue cat hole, and catch some nice walleye and saugeye there too.
Well, gonna go get this kid. And we gotta get him some gauze anyhow. So he wants
Yeah.
food.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna be out in that area, I guess.
What area? The tubes?
Tubes or Rocky. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully somewhere where I don't have people like 20 feet away from me.
Oh, well, the tubes probably isn't a good place for that then. Or Rocky.
Unless you're looking when it's dry.
And how many times have we fished here and haven't found that yet? Reconnected. Well, we found better fossils than that. Well,
All right, let me go get him, and I guess I'll hit you up.
all right. I should still be out here. I'll let you know. Take it easy, Hefe.
Yeah. You're still out here. I'll swing this way. I'll get him food and grab some worms.
Cool beans. Awesome. Sounds good. I may not be live by the time you get back out here, though.
I might have to have him drive, and he ain't even got a license. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
We laid a lot of rock. Just go down the road on 7th, where the empty lot was.
Yeah.
There's a big old house there now. Check that rock work out.
I've been seeing that they were building there. Do they still have that road closed?
Yeah. I don't know fucking why.
It's Manhattan. They're obsessed with road construction. It takes 5 years when it should take 3 months.
Well, it's BHS. You gotta have hard hat and all that shit.
Yeah.
Everything's gotta be by the book.
Yep.
Alright.
All right. Later, bud. Depending on if OSHA shows up. Yeah. I've never had to deal with OSHA personally, but K-State indirectly deals with OSHA. We still have to kind of go by OSHA rules, but it's weird the way things are set up for where I work. But K-State has its own safety stuff that we have to follow. And being in a construction zone, one of them is having a hard hat, even if there's nothing that's going to fall on your head. That's why night shifts exist. Yeah. Oh, we've had people on campus. They were working on some of the buildings. Actually, I think 2 buildings. This happened. The construction worker fell off the top of them, and one of them, I know he didn't make it, and I don't think the other one made it. One was a new Jardine apartment complexes or dormitories or whatever they are for housing and dining. I think one of the construction workers fell off of the roof from there, and then one was Seton, and that guy didn't survive. I think he fell on something and got impaled, and I know this because I was on the blood cleanup crew and they were talking about it in one of the meetings that we had. I didn't have to go clean up the blood, but there are people at K-State that had to, and they said that it was bad. Yeah, and then also the new Jardine dormitories, student housing. There was a college party there. Imagine that. A college party in a college town. But anyways, somebody tried to jump from one balcony to another balcony and they didn't make it. They get to go visit Darwin now. I mean, sometimes I'm not exactly the brightest person in the world. I've done some things that I probably could have not been around for anymore, but